Hello everyone, this week's video will be a tutorial on Mecha Combat, so let's get started. Mecha Combat Rules. Now this here just talks about the fact that the following rules are specifically about Mecha Combat, otherwise combat in this book is the same as it is in all other Palladium books. What is Mecha? We already covered that in a previous video. Resolving Combat. The basic steps of resolving combat are, I cannot pronounce that word, unchanged. Players must determine initiative and roll to strike, parry, or dodge. Players are also capable of rolling with punches, falls, or impacts of any kind, as well as the fact that even in Mecha Combat, your hand-to-hand bonuses still apply. Mega Damage and SDC. We covered this in a previous video, but for a quick summary, an SDC weapon will do no damage to an MDC structure, but an MDC weapon will obliterate, or at the very least, go through, with absolutely no resistance, an SDC structure. And the basic breakdown of the numbers is 1 MDC equals 100 SDC, but 100 SDC does not equal 1 MDC unless it happens in a single roll, such as an explosion. Hence the reason why explosions are considered MDC. Armor rating. Armor that is MDC does not have an armor rating. There are SDC armors that have an armor rating, but they are used solely outside of Mecha Combat, because Mecha Combat is all MDC. Determining the number of attacks per melee round and combat bonuses. Now, this is actually pretty simple, as long as you understand what's going on. For example, as I said in a previous video, protoculture causes a symbiotic relationship between the pilot and the machine. Now, does this mean the machine is alive? No. What symbiotic means in this case is referring to the fact that when a pilot would normally control a mech, there is a delay between the pilot's controls and the mech's actions. However, with protoculture, the symbiotic link specifically refers to the fact that when a pilot acts, the machine acts in sequence with the pilot, allowing the pilot to retain all of his combat bonuses and actions. For example, if a pilot has 2 actions with no bonuses, they will be able to take 2 actions per round. But if they have 2 actions per round plus combat bonuses such as Mecha Pilot, they'll be able to use 4 turns per round. This is due to the fact that their machine now acts in sequence with them. The same thing applies to strike, parry, and dodge bonuses. If the pilot has a strike of +3 outside of the mecha, then when they are in the mecha, they will have a +3 to strike as well. Now, it says here that you can only combine bonuses from hand-to-hand combat and hand-to-hand mecha combat when you are inside a mecha, which is true, but there is a caveat to this. What it doesn't say here is that if the mecha does not have protoculture, then you do not get hand-to-hand bonuses at all. You only get mecha bonuses. And as it lists here, that's only if you have mecha bonuses to begin with. Someone who does not have hand-to-hand mecha at all can wield a mecha and get all their physical bonuses, but will have only that. Now, there are many different weapons that can be found on each type of mecha, even the Robotech fighter. This is due to the fact that a wide variety of weapons can be knocked out and or run out of ammo. Missiles, for example, if you use them all up at once, then if you find yourself in a situation where multiple missiles could save your butt, using them all at once is going to come back and bite you in the butt. That's where other weapons come in handy. The same thing applies to lasers and unlimited weapons. Though they are unlimited, using nothing but them can come back to bite you later because they only have limited power, / they could be knocked out by a lucky shot or even a called shot. Always remember to vary your weapons so no one ever feels like they have an easy target because that's your favorite weapon. Volleys and bursts are capable of firing more than 1 round or missile in a single action, but they can only be directed at one target. To fire more than 1 shot at more than 1 target is a blind shot, and missiles cannot be fired that way. Now, a volley and a burst counts as one action, be it 4 shots or a dozen. When it comes to the amount of ammunition used when you fire, each individual shot, even if you do it by burst, counts as 1 round. So if you do a burst of 4, it's 4 shots. You do a burst of 12, it uses 12 shots. The only exception to this is when the payload is unlimited. How to strike is pretty simple. You roll a d20, and if you get a 1, 2, 3, or 4, you automatically miss. A 5 or higher counts as a hit. Remember, mechs may not have AR, but if you are in an AR fight, you have to roll higher than the armor's armor rating. Any character with a strike bonus gets a bonus to their strike. This is how accurate they are. For example, the fact if you have a 1, 2, 3, or 4 can be negated if you have a strike bonus high enough to go above that. For example, if you roll a 1 when you have a strike bonus of 5, you will still be above 4, allowing you to still hit. Critical strikes happen when you roll a natural 20. Not with bonuses, straight up, the D20 says 20. Critical strikes do double damage of whatever damage is rolled. There may be additional side effects, but that is up to the DM. Close proximity strike bonuses. As long as you are within the effective range of the weapon, you will receive no penalties to strike. However, if you are within 500 feet of the target, you get a +1 to strike. This is due to the fact that a mech, even with long-range targeting, a closer target is still easier to hit. A called shot is when an aim at and hit a specific target, usually a part of the body, like the torso or the head, or blow off an arm. To succeed at a called shot, the character must roll a 12 or higher on a d20. Note, if the character that wishes to make the called shot is aiming for the body and rolls below 12 but above 4, they still hit a part of the body, but not necessarily the main body. To roll with punchfall impact. This one is pretty simple. If you have explosives going off near you, if someone is trying to punch you, or if you are falling off a cliff, you can roll with your punchfall impact. There are bonuses with this that you can have, but in general, the character must roll on a d20 and match or better the strike roll that was made against them. When it comes to falling, as long as the falling distance is within a survivable height, the DM chooses what the success roll is. A dodging action is when you see an attack coming in and you try to avoid it. For example, a missile, someone firing and you manage to see them pull the trigger. Dodges are also rolled on a d20. You add any dodge bonuses you have to your roll, and you are aiming to match or beat the strike roll that is coming at you. Dodging the big guns. Now, this is talking mostly about guns such as from the Mach 2 or from a spaceship, which are designed to take out large targets, such as other space stations, spaceships, or entire facilities. Veritech fighter jets and Zictrani battle pods get a +6 to dodge such attacks. All other mechs and helicopters get a +2 to such dodges. And that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I hope to see you on my next video. Have a great week.